Hey everyone, Skull902 back here again for Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. This is part 4, and yeah, we're going to be going through a hotel level. Now, we're going to be playing as Trini, the Yellow Ranger. Trini didn't really have too much of a defined character or personality. She was pretty much there to be the best friend to Kimberly, and she could also translate Billy's technobabble into more conventional English for the others to understand. But even though Trini as a character wasn't terribly remarkable, her actor, Thuy Trang, had an amazing story. She was born in Vietnam in 1973. And her father was a soldier for the South Vietnamese. He was on the battlefield in '75, and when the Northern Vietnamese forces were taken over, he fled and was eventually granted political asylum in the United States. And then the North Vietnamese, they kept taking over the land, and eventually Thuy and the rest of her family had to flee where they were going. So they went in secret on this ship heading towards Hong Kong. And Thuy, she was just a very small child by that point. Nearly fucking died on the ship there to Hong Kong, and had to spend quite a bit of time in a detention center over in Hong Kong before her father was able to get her and her family the same kind of political asylum that he had in the U.S. She went 5 years, presumably 5 years, without seeing her father. They had reunited in 1980, and then eventually, at the behest of her father, she studied Kung Fu, and she mastered it, and she went to college and everything, and graduated in civil engineering, I believe it was. So she had a lot of credentials, and was a great martial artist. And she wasn't originally intending to be an actor, but she had a chance run-in with someone from Hollywood, some Hollywood agent, and this agent convinced her to get into acting. She auditioned for Power Rangers as a replacement for Trini's original actor, Audrey Dubois, who I don't understand, I should say I don't know the reasoning why Miss Dubois was not able to continue in the role. Maybe Saban didn't think that she fit too well, or maybe she wasn't available. But in any case, Thuy Trang auditioned to fill in the role, and she won. Just a wonderful way of she was in a very bad place for a very long time. Again, nearly died trying to get to the United States to reunite with her father, and to become a part of a big franchise like Power Rangers. It was fucking huge in the 90s when Mighty Morphin was going on. That's some inspiring shit in my opinion. But unfortunately, the story did end very tragically. On September 3rd, 2001, Thuy died in a car accident. She was only 27 years old, and it was horrific. She was with a couple people. Fortunately, they survived. The driver survived, and the bride-to-be, they were all supposed to be, going to a wedding very soon, and unfortunately, I'm fairly certain it was the bride-to-be. She was one of Thuy's friends. she survived but became quadriplegic from the injuries, and the driver also survived with unspecified injuries. Unfortunately, Thuy passed away due to her injuries, and it was just a really unfortunate circumstance. I was blown away when I heard the news, and just holy shit. I can't imagine what that was like for any of her friends, her, coworkers, her family especially. It was just, oh man, very unfortunate, very horrible what happened. But that shouldn't take away from all the progress that she had made in her life. Like that was, again, she overcame quite a bit to get to where she was, and it's very unfortunate the way that she left the show, and even more so with the way that she died. But Thuy Trang, in my opinion, from what I know of her, was a complete badass, and it's again a very inspiring story. So even though it ended very tragically, it's quite something to look at and be happy about hearing. Obviously, except for the end. I can't stress that enough. The end wasn't happy, but again, she overcame quite a lot to get into a good place. I'll be talking more about the circumstances of why Jason, Trini, and Zach, their actors, left the show in the next part. But yeah, that's pretty much all I had to say about Thuy Trang and her story. In this level, we're gonna get to a more, or well, maybe a less positive thing. You see in the background there, that's totally the World Trade Center, and might be kind of a what does TV tropes call it? A funny aneurysm event. I think that's. I know funny aneurysm is in there somewhere in the trope name, or harsher in hindsight. I don't know. But yeah, that's totally the original World Trade Center, the Twin Towers in the background there. I need to stop talking about unfortunate things. The villain, there we are. The boss for this level is the Genie, who, much like Trini as a character, was kind of unremarkable as a monster. He didn't really do much, and he's a total pushover in the boss fight, as you guys are gonna see soon. But this one, I believe, is actually it is the only level in the game to have a mini boss. I don't know why they would stick it in the like the second to last ranger level, though. It seems to me like if they were gonna put a mini boss in at any point in the game, that they would have done it like in the last level where you're gonna play as a ranger. But this game is over 20 years old now, so I guess complaining about it isn't gonna do anyone any good. Any good. It's not like they're gonna fucking remaster this or anything like that. Whatever. On the way to the boss now, and again, like, he's such a fucking pushover that we're not gonna see Trini's bomb, and it's not like a case of like, oh, I died before I could finish the boss. Definitely not. It's again, he's just like really easy. He tries to pull these tricks on you, but if you just keep at it, like, you can attack those daggers there. If you stay on the middle level, you're fine. So I mean, I got hit there, but it's really no trouble, because you can just run over to wherever he goes, and he's always in this pattern. He goes left, right, and I mean, there he is. He's dead. So yeah, just took him out like a total bitch. But yeah, that's it for now. I've been Skull902. I'll try to not talk about unfortunate things in the next part, and I'll see you guys next time. Have a good day.